As they entered, the woman, Dr. Linn, removed her glasses and greeted them with a warm smile. "Hello, I'm Dr. Linn, but you can call me Anna. Are you Rory?" "Yes, and this is my wife, Maia," Rory introduced with a smile. "Oh, good," the doctor replied with a friendly expression. "It's always important to have your partner's support when making such a big change to your sex life." "It was mostly her idea," Rory laughed nervously, although I must admit, part of me was interested in trying it out. Anna looked at them with a hint of concern. "I just want to make sure you understand. This isn't something to take lightly. Once the procedure is complete, it's not easily reversible." "I see," Rory said thoughtfully, "but we both put a lot of thought into it and believe it's the right decision." "Just wanted to confirm. Now, shall we begin with the examination?" Anna asked, to which Rory and Maia nodded in agreement. "All right then, I'll need you to undress and sit on the bed." Rory complied, removing his pants and shirt. However, he hesitated when it came to his underwear. "Don't worry, I've seen plenty of penises in this line of work," Anna reassured him as she pulled off his underwear. "Now, sit down and relax for me." Next came the most awkward part for Rory. He had been examined by doctors before, but never in this way. Anna took hold of his penis with warm fingers and started stroking it. "Seems like someone is a bit bashful, but I need you to be fully aroused for the exam," Anna chuckled. Then she leaned over slightly, giving him an enticing view down her shirt. "That's it. Well done." Rory's penis twitched at her words. He was now fully erect, but Anna continued to stroke it a few more times for good measure. "Wow, you actually have a decent-sized penis for a man." "He does?" Maria asked, surprised. Anna nodded and held up a ruler. "About 6 inches. A few years ago, this would have been considered average, but with the government's regulations for men, the average size is closer to 5 inches. "So he's above average," Maia said in disbelief. "Oh yes," Anna confirmed. "Most men nowadays would be happy to have a penis of this size. I'm actually surprised you both want to change it." Maia shrugged. "I've been satisfied with it, but I'm open to trying new things." "I know the feeling," Anna chuckled. "My wife went through a similar procedure and we couldn't be happier." "Really?" Anna released Rory's penis and reached for her phone. She swiped through several photos before showing them to the couple. The picture was taken from above, showcasing Anna completely naked, with semen covering her face and breasts. On top of that, a massive cock was resting on her features. "Wow," Maia gasped. "How big is it?" Anna grabbed Rory's penis and gave it a few strokes before running her hand over the air as if there was an invisible shaft. "Probably twice as large as Rory's, maybe even a couple inches more, but it's also much thicker." Rory glanced between the two women, their faces flushed as Anna flipped through different angles of her wife's impressive member. He cleared his throat. "Oh right, my little guy," Anna gestured to Rory's manhood. "At this size, you'll need to take a pill for 6 to 8 weeks. After the 6th week, I'll need you to come back so I can make sure the pill has fully taken effect." "Any other questions?" Rory and Maia exchanged glances. "No, we're good." "Okay then, oh wait, one more thing." Anna stood up and retrieved something from a nearby cabinet. She held up a small pink cage shaped like a penis. "You'll need to wear this until your next appointment." Her arm wrapped around his waist and pulled him close. Rory could feel his arm nestled between her breasts, enjoying their soft warmth against him. Then she set the cage aside and grabbed his penis, stroking it rapidly until he ejaculated a thick stream of semen that landed on the floor in front of him, followed by another. "There we go, good boy." The doctor cooed and wiped his penis clean. After he climaxed, Rory's penis had shrunk enough for Anna to fit the cage around it. "One big orgasm before I lock it up." Maia's cheeks were flushed, but she didn't seem angry. In fact, she appeared to be turned on. "For this procedure, he is only permitted to ejaculate once per day," Anna explained as she handed the key to Maia. "Once he's finished, make sure to lock him back up. The pill can make him incredibly aroused, so you don't want to give him any opportunities to have an extra release." "Got it," Maia nodded, still a little flustered. "Good." Anna stood up to leave. "Now get dressed and a nurse will escort you out shortly." After 3 weeks of taking the pill, things were not going as planned. Maia would give him a quick hand job every night, but she was careful not to overstimulate him. However, she couldn't avoid noticing that his penis was shrinking in size. When he first started taking the pill, it took both of her hands to fully grip his member, but now one hand could easily do the job. Along with this change, Rory's orgasms were occurring more quickly and with less volume. As Maia spoke with the doctor about these developments, Rory was sorting their laundry at home. He had taken on the role of stay-at-home husband, while Maia worked and made enough money to support them both. However, since starting the treatment, he had been struggling with even simple tasks, such as reaching high shelves. On the phone, the doctor assured Maia that these changes were expected and that Rory was responding well to the treatment. She even suggested coming in for another appointment sooner than originally planned due to his progress. Maia breathed a sigh of relief and hung up the phone before collapsing on the bed next to Rory. Her hand wandered down to her panties and began rubbing between her legs as she fantasized about Anna's well-endowed wife. She eagerly looked forward to Rory having a larger penis like that one day. Rory noticed her arousal and felt a twinge of pain from his own locked-up member. He wanted nothing more than to be able to satisfy his wife. She glanced at him with desire in her eyes and toyed with the key around her neck, considering freeing him from his cage. But ultimately, she turned away and focused on pleasuring herself instead. "I'm sorry," she moaned as she continued masturbating. "I already let you come today." This was true. His cage had been removed for just 2 minutes earlier in the day before he ejaculated. Then, Maia promptly put it back on, and now Rory was experiencing heightened arousal. It was becoming increasingly difficult for him to sleep through the night without needing release. "But you also came earlier when you got me off." "I know," Maia replied, her fingers moving faster, "but now I'm thinking about that cock, and the doctor said I should stay sexually active." "She did?" Maia's voice trembled as she spoke. Yeah, she called shortly after your treatment began, and..." Her hips lifted off the bed and she moaned as she reached orgasm in her underwear. Red-faced and breathless, she turned to face him with a tired smile on her lips. She mentioned the clinic offers help for spouses dealing with this procedure. "Did she say what kind of help?" Maia shook her head, still coming down from the intense pleasure. "Anna just said to call if I get too sexually frustrated while you're locked up." "And are you?" Rory asked carefully. His wife took longer than he was comfortable with to answer. "To be honest, it's been frustrating at times, but only 2 more weeks until I can feel your new big cock inside me. I can wait a little longer for that." Maia got out of bed and changed into a fresh pair of panties, knowing she had just ruined the last pair. As Rory stood up next to her, he realized she was almost his height now. He could have sworn he used to be a whole head taller, but he must have remembered wrong. Shaking his head, he watched Maia walk away, struggling to clear his thoughts in the midst of his arousal. If only he could masturbate a few times to ease his mind. The following 2 weeks passed by in a blur for Rory. He struggled to reach anything above his head and eventually had to rely on Maia to help him out. However, she was rarely home due to the demanding overtime work at their office during this time of year. So when she did come home, she was so exhausted that she would just eat, masturbate a few times, and then pass out before having to repeat the routine the next day. There were even a couple instances where she was too tired to unlock Rory from his chastity device, leaving him desperate for release throughout the night. But today was different. Maia had managed to... Well, folks, this is the end of the story. Subscribe to follow so that you can get notification quicker when part 2 of the story gets posted. And one more thing, kindly leave a comment on what you think about the storyline of the video. See you in part 2 of the video.